Hi, I'm Rebecca Harris, and welcome to this edition of Faces and Places. Today I have a very special guest with me, Shaun Culligan. He's from Economic Development. We've got a lot going on here in Phoenix City, and I'm going to let Shaun tell you a little bit about an event that we have on the first Friday of every month. Shaun Culligan, thank you for joining us this morning.
Absolutely, my pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. So the very first Friday of each month, we started this a little over a year and a half ago. It was just exclusive to food trucks. We called it Food Truck First Friday at the time, and now we've grown to the point we're in a great partnership with some folks that used to hold what used to be called the First Friday Art Walk on Broad Street in Columbus. And so these guys have partnered with us, and now the first Friday of each month we have food trucks, we've got art, we've got lots of great music and great entertainment and those type of things right here beside Chattahoochee Brewing Company on the lawn.
Well, I know that we've ventured out from the amphitheater now, and we're having music in other locations, but to have music and art together is just really fun. But first of all, I want to back up a little bit and talk about the food trucks. How did we start having Food Truck Friday? What is the concept for that?
Sure. So probably 2 years ago, we were under the impression that people were, the trend of food trucks were growing, and we wanted to be a part of that. So we had the opportunity to travel to some cities that were very big in the food truck world and to see how they kind of operated and functioned. And so we took some of those pieces back, and for a small, short stint, we had a food truck park. And we ended up doing some road construction on what's now Whitewater Avenue. And so because of that, we weren't able to get the people from where they need the parking lots to the trucks. And so we decided to keep the culture alive, we would start these Food Truck First Friday events. And so that's what we've been doing each month, and that's continued to grow and continued to expand. We started out with a two-piece band under a tent on the grass, and now we've got a stage, and it can range from anything from full bands to all different types of musicians to DJs, and so it's really grown. And now with the addition of the Art Walk, it's really become a unique place for people to come out and enjoy with their family. So.
Well, speaking of that, when you started out at this other location, we had people from Columbus coming over, a lot of people from Texas, and we had people who were just wandering up on the Riverwalk that were tourists. So can you tell me a little bit about how this has kind of grown into a thing where people from Phoenix City have just embraced this and are starting to come out every first Friday?
Sure, absolutely. So initially where it was located, it was directly across from Texas, and so at lunchtime it would come crowds and droves of people across the 14th Street Bridge braving the July heat, which we know is pretty rough. And so, but that's the way it started. And now it's gotten to the point where we really have got a lot of families that are bringing their kids and coming out and enjoying the music. And really and truly, it's just like you mentioned, we have fantastic concerts at the amphitheater, and this is just in addition to that. It's just trying to get people into downtown. Within a few years, we want our downtown to be something special where people are coming and enjoying on a more regular basis. And this is just one of those events that we feel like will begin to start that process, so that people will feel comfortable coming downtown and know that downtown's got things for people to do. And so we enjoy getting to host these events and to partner with some great folks like you guys at Parks and Recreation that have worked extremely hard on helping to make this happen. So we're excited to be able to offer it for sure.
Well, tell us a little bit more, fill us in on where the location is now. We've changed it a couple of times, and let's just pretend like I've never been here before. So tell me how to get here to First Friday.
And you're exactly right. We're trying to fill out locations and try to figure out what works and what doesn't work.
And another thing is we're changing the names of things as Phoenix City is growing. So if you see something on the website and you're going, well, where is that? It's because we're growing. It's very exciting.
And we're trying to give things specific names so that people can have identifiable locations to where they'll, and that's got to start somewhere. And you're right, that's got to begin to build to the point that people know where the lawn is. And so we've titled this The Lawn. So it's directly beside Chattahoochee Brewing Company in the Cigar Shop, directly on 13th Street. Technically across from the Piggly Wiggly in the Phoenix Plaza. So it's one of the great entrances to our Riverwalk as well, with the beautiful view of the Eagle and Phoenix Lofts and Synovus building at night, which is just tremendous. So if you're coming over 13th Street from Columbus, it will be just past the first red light, almost immediately on your left-hand side. And if you're coming from Phoenix City, obviously, if you're headed to go over 13th Street Bridge, it'll be your last stop on the right-hand side before headed over. So real easy to find. You can't miss a lot of the colorful food trucks and their flags flying. You can't miss the artists. You might see somebody in the corner spray painting something, different furniture type things. I think last time we had a blacksmith out here selling goods, and they were pounding steel and iron and making some really cool, unique pieces of art out of it. So you can't miss it. Once you've arrived, you'll know you've been there. You know where you're at. So.
Okay, so once people arrive, where can they park?
So there's a couple different locations. Obviously, inside the parking lot at the Chattahoochee Brewing Company, and that parking does get full really quickly. So the secondary location is to park in front of Whitewater Express on Whitewater Avenue, which is, although 13th Street is heavily trafficked, there are 2 crosswalks that you can walk on. The easiest one's probably the one at 13th Street. So I would just suggest parking in front of Whitewater Express and then walking over either across that crosswalk or under the Riverwalk. You can cross under the Riverwalk there, and it's a nice scenic view until you get here. So it's not it may seem like it's a long way, but really and truly it's not. You'll get here in a quick jiff. And
also you can park on Broad Street and walk through the parking lot of the American Legion building.
Absolutely.
And there's plenty of parking over there. I want to thank Chattahoochee Brewing and the Cigar Shop for being so gracious and helping us out with this event at this location. We see a lot of their customers out here and participating and helping us promote it and everything. It's just been a really good joint venture between all of us.
They've been tremendous in this whole entire process. We work with Daryl at Chattahoochee Brewing on a regular basis for these type of events. So this property is actually not ours. A lot of people probably think that it is, so it's actually not the city's property. It's owned by the folks that own the building Chattahoochee Brewing's in, and so they work with us every month, allow us to use this, allow us to come out here and bring this event to the community. So yeah, we're very grateful for what they've done in allowing us to do this.
Well, I'd like to talk a little bit more about the art and how we've progressed into having art at our event. We have so much talent here in this area with the musicians and with the artists, and to combine these two things has been a great venture. So can you tell me a little bit about how this has evolved?
Sure, absolutely. And what's cool about that even more is that these folks are mainly local artists and local musicians. So the bands that you guys book, everyone that we've had for the most part have literally been from this Columbus Valley, Phoenix City area. And so it's great to be able to give them another venue to be able to play their music, and the artists another location to be able to come out and sell their stuff. So the artists, the stuff that they're displaying and selling either has to be handmade or hand painted or handcrafted. So you're going to get something that people have put their hard-earned time and blood, sweat, and tears into. And so the art can be anything from paintings to creative uses of metal for light fixtures and lamps. To I mean, it's the spectrum. It truly is. But what's cool is we have the opportunity to display how special these artists locally truly are and give them another platform for getting their information out.
So if I was an artist and I wanted to participate in this event, what would I need to do?
All right, so you would contact the First Friday Art Walk folks. You can contact them through Facebook. There's a lady named Jill that's actually over the vetting process, because you really don't want folks to have to go buy stuff and resell stuff. That's not what this is for. This is literally for the handcrafted, the handmade, or hand painted. And so Miss Jill will vet you, and then once you realize that you're good to go, she'll give you an opportunity to come out, and we'll have you a spot on the Riverwalk, and you can start displaying your stuff from there. The events are from 6 to 9. We actually fire up in most cases around 5, but the band comes on at 6. The artists will typically be here around 5:30 and set up. But Jill will be able to help you out with that, and we'll be happy to post that information on our Facebook page, our Stomping Grounds Food Truck Park Facebook page, as well as Positively Phoenix City.
And what about the food trucks? Tell me a little bit more about the food trucks. What kind of food can we expect to be here?
What's cool about this is the trucks are extremely diverse. So you'll have everything from Caribbean to Hispanic food to traditional wings and fried food to gourmet hot dogs. So it really runs the gamut as far as food is concerned. And what's cool about this is not only is it diverse, it's really authentic. And so a lot of the trucks that we have, if they're selling Caribbean food, that the owner of that truck has got the deepest Virgin Island accent that you can have, and it's just real authentic food. And you've got Puerto Rican food that's in every sense of the word exactly what it's supposed to be. So the food's really diverse. It's really reasonably priced. and it's amazing. So we hope people come out and enjoy as much as we do when we're here.
So the whole family could come out, and we're not having this decision of where are we going tonight?
It's your downtown food court.
Yes.
And plus, and you bring the kids, and the art walk has a ton of things for kids to do. They have different painting things, and always some sort of special exhibition just for the kids. There's sidewalk chalk. There's lots, so you can come and eat food and be an arm's length away from your child and let them play and enjoy themselves and have fun and spend the evening here with us. So it's really for the whole family. So we're proud to be able to say that, and we're excited that that we've been able to have it here for the time we have. So,
well, with you being in economic development, Phenix City's growing so fast, and we're just thrilled about that. But can you tell me a little bit about how you think that supporting an event like this helps Phenix City?
Sure, absolutely. I'll say that downtown has come a long way. We've still got a long way to go, but I think we're certainly on the right track and bringing what we need down here. And like I mentioned earlier, what this does is it gets people comfortable knowing that when we get the downtown that we truly want within the next few years, that people will feel comfortable coming down here. So what this does, it's a people driver. So it brings people. Without people, these shops and these places for people to go in and spend their money, they struggle. So we're trying our best to drive traffic and to drive people so that commerce can happen.
So we're here at the Riverwalk with Shaun Culligan, in case you've just joined us, and he is our economic development person. He and Jennifer Lohman work very, very hard on helping to bring an economic impact here to Phenix City, and I'm very, very proud of you.
Well, thank you.
How long have you been here in Phenix City?
So I've been in the city for about 7 years. I was brought here by a beautiful little lady. It's amazing the power women have to bring you where they want you to. So no, my wife, she originally Cassie Cooper, is from this area. Her dad was big in the community, big in the sports world in this area. Sydney Cooper. That's
yes.
correct. And so we got married 7 years ago, and I've been here ever since. So.
Well,
wouldn't change it for the world.
I'm very excited about the things that you and Jennifer are doing. Every time I see you, you're telling me about something new that you're working on. Y'all work very, very diligently. And I know that you attend conferences and you go to other cities and you do a lot of research to find out what you think would work in our area. So I think you both are doing a fabulous job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I want to thank you for that. And the fact that you are trying to create events that's going to bring tourists here is a wonderful thing, but I also love it that you're bringing events here that Phenix City families can come out and enjoy, especially the first Food Truck Friday event. I just love that. And this is something that you work on basically all month long to make this happen, while you're doing other things.
Sure.
So tell me a little bit about some of the other things that you're working on.
Sure, absolutely. Well, let me say this first. We get the opportunity from time to time to go to other cities and communities and see what they're doing, and a lot of that's just trying to get a good understanding of what works and what doesn't work for those places. And what we've seen in most of the places that are very successful is a lot of the things are family oriented and surrounded around the family, and being able to bring everybody, and just in general what people are doing nowadays. It's mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, and the kids that go on trips together and do things together more and more often. So we're seeing that with our whitewater rafting stuff. We're seeing that with our events that we have. But we also realize as part of what we do that we've got to continue to grow and expand our tax base. Right. And as a part of that, retail is a huge portion of that. More than 52% of our general fund, general budget for the city comes from sales tax. So we know that we got to continue to grow our sales tax base, but to also try to diversify that. But as far as sales tax growth is concerned, we've got a great retail development going down 431 that we've been working on for a few years. We've been able to partner with some great brokers and great developers, and working hard with our city manager and our finance director and our city council to have this come to fruition. But it's a neighborhood retail shopping center anchored by a grocery store. It's called Renfro's Market. They're actually out of Montgomery, Alabama. Very upscale, nice offering, great, really clean, customer service oriented kind of grocery store. So we're excited about that, but that's also going to offer probably 25,000 square foot of more inline retail space from anything from community, from neighborhood-based stuff like dry cleaners and haircut places to different restaurants and those type things, with also 7 different out parcels for fast food restaurants and sit-down restaurants in that area where there's not much of that, if any of that at all. And so we're excited to see that happen. We're also hoping that location-wise it'll be able to capture folks headed south to Panama City in Florida, or Panama City and Destin. So most of the traffic that comes that direction is coming from Atlanta and we're hoping just get past the city, the traffic on 280, and this will be the last place they'll stop before heading down south. So we're excited about what this will bring to the community, and especially for those in the south end of town. I know they're very excited about it. From directly there on Sill Road all the way down to Steele, Hatchachubby, Hurtsboro, and Pittsview. Those guys are tracking up towards Phoenix City into 280 now to get their stuff, so this will give them something closer to home.
Well, I'm very excited about it because when we think about things that's going on in Phoenix City, we have quite a large area where people come into town to experience things, and now things are sort of spreading out some. Sure. So I want to just thank you for coming out today and telling us a little bit more about that. Is there anything else you can think of that you'd like to share with us?
Well, just like you said, what's exciting is that we've got growth on all ends of town. There are great things in each area, and so we've got some good potential retail development north, south, east, and west. I know that Ladonia area is continuing to grow. The housing market is continuing to affect the retail growth that's in that area, and then there's lots of good things happening there. Of course, we've got the project we just talked about on the south end, and now there's the River Chase project that's on the northern end of town. So things are going great everywhere. Then you come into downtown, and this is just the place that's quite unique, and it offers opportunity that other places don't offer with the Riverwalk and the Broad Street property and what's going to happen here over the the next few years. We're certainly excited about the potential of what this can certainly be.
Well, I know 25 years ago people would have never dreamed that we would have everything that we have in Columbus, and now we are starting to do these same things in Phoenix City, and I'm very, very excited about that. And like I said, I want to thank you for everything that you do. You work very hard to make this happen.
Well,
so
we're just a part of a good team, I'll say that.
We want people to find out about this, Shaun.
Sure.
So tell us some websites that people can go to kind of follow us and see what's going on.
Sure, absolutely. So there's multiple websites, anything from social media, Facebook, to just general websites. But positivelyphoenixcity.com will show some of the current projects that are taking place, and it will also highlight some of the great businesses that are around our community that we call Diamonds in the Rough. So check that out. We've also got a Facebook page for those for Positively Phoenix City as well. Our website for our food truck park is called it's PCStompingGrounds.com, and you can find us on Facebook at PC Stomping Grounds as well. Then also we've got our city website, which we're excited. Our IT department has done a fantastic job in developing a new website for the city, and that's phoenixcityal.us. And then our individual page is /EDO, Economic Development Office, that tells information about incentives we offer and the different strategies that we have in recruiting those businesses here. So there's plenty of locations to find things, information about, so check them out.
All right, well, I want to thank you again, Shaun.
My pleasure, thank you.
And we had a beautiful morning out here at the Riverwalk, so we hope that we will see you at First Friday Food Truck. And I want to thank you for allowing us to come into your homes again on Faces and Places, where you never know whose face we'll see or which place we'll be.